And hi, meet me, Wesley. I'm the director of this short documentary. I also wanted to shoot this film because I am in danger of becoming homeless. I live paycheck to paycheck, and I don't actually earn enough to rent my own apartment. So I wanted to see what it was like if I really was homeless. So what contributes to poverty and the lack of job security? According to HowStuffWorks.com, the two biggest factors driving people to become homeless are poverty and a lack of affordable housing. The lack of affordable housing and the limited scale of housing assistance programs contributes to the current housing crisis and homelessness. I wanted to know how these people can be ignored. I wanted to know how you could just step over these people. Alright, I am about to spend the night on the streets in Atlanta. I will be traveling between downtown to like the Buckhead area, and I will be talking to various homeless people and or populations in those areas. So let's pray that I'm not mugged or anything. What's your name, bro?
Eric.
You gotta speak up a little bit.
Eric.
Eric, how old are you?
31.
31. Are you homeless?
Yeah.
How long you been homeless?
3 years.
How did you become homeless?
Bad choices I made in my life.
It was kind of cold, bro. So, what would you say during the winter time? Is the winter hard for y'all? Like, how do you survive the elements?
Shit, honestly, some go to jail. With me, I find places to go out. I get me a room.
Oh, you get your room and everything? You said some people choose to go to jail?
True.
How do you go to jail, bro? You just commit a little crime to go to jail?
You know, like you do shit on purpose to get locked up. You spend 30 days, 20 days, 60 days. You gotta think about it. Jail is a safe haven for the home. 3 hots in the car.
Yeah.
Sleep all damn day.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people who are homeless, are they addicted to drugs, you think, or is other reasons why you can't? Is
some
it just
addicted to drugs, or some just immune? Immune means they comfortable.
They comfortable with being homeless. How does that happen though?
Easy shit, you know, a good beer and a good piece of dope and shit like that. What they want every day. As long as they got their hell song kids, since our chicks, believe it or not. When they smoke it up, they credit dope. No, they owe the dope man 300, and they ain't got them 200 left. They can't check that to get him an 8 ball of crack, and then the other 100.
Too, like, do you feel like people look down on you for being homeless? Like, how
racial profiling a lot of them. When you walk in the store, security guards just pushing up, just on GP.
We in water right now, and you know they got these laws against panhandling and stuff like that. What do you think needs to be done to assist the homeless situation?
Build more motherfucking shelters instead of building some crappy ass Falcon Stadium. Instead of spending all that money for that stadium, they could have built a goddamn homeless shelter, another homeless building, cleaner and more suitable to live in.
Here's my friend Bernard Henderson. He attended Bethune-Cookman. He's a father of 4 and a rapper.
So, I guess to your knowledge, Dr. Wright, how does one become homeless?
There are quite a few ways someone becomes homeless. Probably the most important is the economic fragility of a lot of people and their families. So they unfortunately lose their job or are unable to maintain housing. And as a result, they just simply don't have enough means to make it through some tough spots in life, depending on which subgroups you're talking about. But I would say economic drivers tend to be the most important ones. That is, people just aren't simply making enough money to maintain a reasonable living facilities. Unfortunately, we don't give a lot of people a lot of breaks in that regard. So when people lose their jobs, for example, we don't have great unemployment and benefits, and sometimes it's actually hard just to maintain the unemployment benefits, so there's not a way to hold on to one's living situation. So there's really quite a few pathways, but they are sort of interwoven into the economic aspects. It's just simply people don't have enough money to
pay for stuff. Is there anything like that? Or how do you actually classify homelessness?
Well, actually, that's actually kind of interesting source of debate, actually. But we know there's actually quite a variety of ways to be homeless. The classical way is to think about it in terms of the way the Department of Housing and Urban Development thinks about housing or homeless. That is, people who don't have a residence of their own, that they're not on the lease, they don't own anything, but then or they're living on the street, or then they're living in a shelter. So that's kind of the classical definition of homeless individuals.
Here's my friend Anna Marie Shreves, General Do-Gooder. She has a blog, Fort Negrita, and she also volunteers and educates the public as it pertains to zero waste living.
I mean, the developers wanted access to the city, and now they own it. They own it. They own the council. They own the mayor. Whoever wants to develop what they want to develop, create a beltline. Gee, what a good idea. So we can create more villages out there that are for people we designate, because only those people can afford this housing. So let's just keep doing projects. Let's move the Brave Stadium out to Cobb County. Public housing is no more in Atlanta, with the exception of some high-rises. But you take away the mandated right to have housing, which we had in this country in 1949. And we had public housing that people were entitled to because veterans were coming back from the war, and they were mostly Caucasian. So as we began to discriminate more in terms of income support and housing as a right, because we were discriminating racially, and the demographics of public housing changed, and people were moved into cities as the white folks flew to the suburbs. All of that changed, the demographics. Now they've waked up and decided, oops, we are 51% African American in Atlanta. What can we do to change that?
How you feel? How do you feel right now? Like frustrated? Frustrated. It makes me frustrated right now just thinking about it. And like, why am I here? I shouldn't have to be here. I shouldn't be here. I don't belong here. It's not for me.
I began talking about stability and what makes it difficult to get stability.
What makes it a barrier for stability for me is employment, and employment has its own barrier because of child care.
Do you think the system is set up for us to need all these things? Like, okay, I need a job.
It's set up for you to need it, and it's set up for you not to be able to survive. Even sometimes people who have it still can't survive. Like, if you got a job, you make minimum wage, $7.25, you're not doing too good. Even if you're doing full time, you're still not doing too good. You got kids, you're really not doing good, unless you got help.
I was talking to. Sir? Yeah. Paying $5 to get on camera, but let me finish up with him first.
Yeah, come on, Carl. My first name is William. My last name is Gist, G-I-S-T.
For food for nourishment, do you go to like soup kitchens?
No, I don't do that. I'll probably get something to eat with this $5. I'll go in there and get whatever.
But what do you think can help the homeless situation in Atlanta overall? What solutions do you see to it?
I don't know.
know, bro. That's a great question. The sun will be up in a minute, thank God.
Yeah.
So I can tough it out till the sun gets up, and I'll take it from there. I don't really go to.
But what does the sunrise really mean when you're homeless? When you have nowhere to go? The struggle was real. It was real on the streets. I got kicked out of 2 establishments for taking too long when using their facilities. By the morning, I was mentally disoriented, and all I wanted was a shower and a bed to sleep in.
Far exceeds what we would actually need to actually spend money on prevention.
Wow.
When you think about it, people who are homeless will have significant health problems. Will call ambulances. Police will have to be called to sort of basically move them from one place to another. They don't really have other options. They're in some people's minds a public nuisance. So that whole discussion happens. But it's interesting. We don't think about the indirect costs on the society, and actually, it might actually be cheaper if we actually
help people out.
Actually, there's this model called Housing First, which is a really interesting model, but we have a lot of abandoned apartment buildings and just buildings in general. What if we were just to sort of rehab them, put them up, take people who are homeless, give them a home, free of charge for a while. Right. That might actually solve multiple issues for society and help the person who's homeless in a more direct way than certainly the way that we're doing it right now.
Are there any?
I want my people to have what everyone else has. A nice, clean, safe home. My heart aches when I see any person in this predicament. I want to help them all, but I know I can't. But what I can do is inform the masses and ask them to advocate. We need to engage our lawmakers, like the ones that declined or neglected my request for this documentary. We need to encourage a discourse that encourages low housing options for all.